Daily and weekly charts, bullish and bearish breaks. We're going to take a look at the markets and see what these stocks were doing today. Quick look at the markets. We got the Dow, another up day. We had the little gap up this morning. Wasn't too high, so we had a good day to get in some good trades. Got your overhead trend line here on the Dow. We did go visit that, pull back slightly from it. Not surprising. The SP 500 and the SPY were doing the same thing. The SPY, different trend line on the SPY. It would be way out here, but a good little day here. Visited some recent highs up here. The high of this candle was 266.77. Today's high was 267, so it did go up and get above that, pull back, close below it. The SP 500, same thing. This is the highest high we've had right here in 10 days. 2674.78. Today's high 2674.72. So where the SPY slightly got above that high, the S&P 500 was about 6 cents below it. That's why I like the 500. This was this little trend line off of this pattern. I told you we were going to visit it and struggle with it. That's where we spent the day. Up and down all around this trend line. And it was pretty much between 2664 this morning, got down as low as 2663 even. Of course, it's a falling trend line, so it'll be a little below that tomorrow. Going to be below the 2663 area. So it did close above that trend line, because I know the last time I looked at it, when it was alerting, every time it alerts it gives me exact value. It was at 2663 even. So we did close above it. That's a good thing. We want to open above it in the morning, and if we sell off, we want to hold this trend line. If we gap down, we might be hard pressed to get back through the trend line. We may be stuck in this wedge again. I think we got some earnings in the morning that could have impact on what we do. But I hope we don't get a very big gap up. I just hope we open about where we close, which would be above the trend line, hold that trend line, and have a good day of trading. And then our next concern is going to be the 50-day as we approach that. We're probably going to stay around in this area for a while. If we did some crazy gap up in the morning way above the 50-day, that needs to be support. Your weekly bear breaks only added a couple of more stocks to it, and many of the others had green days. This stock on a weekly, it just reached this point. It does have a support area coming in down here, and it has retraced pretty good ways here, so who knows, it may hold there. Don't know what all's involved in there. Airline still down here on the weekly. A lot of airlines tried to look a little more positive today, and it did have an up day, and it did make it to a support line. So this could be a very likely spot for this to be holding. These are your weekly bulls. Save is not one of them. Big week this week on this stock. You can see they got some momentum to them. Daily bear breaks, only one stock there, DLR, and I remember looking at this earlier today. Wish I had seen it way before I did, because it gave a nice sell-off. I picked up on it down in here, didn't want to chase it. It did keep selling. I think it was a little bit closer to this support line, and it took out all its recent lows here. That day, another day, and another day. And it did close around in that area. You look at this on the daily, it had a very ugly day on across the 50 as well. Bull breaks for today. Fair amount of stocks, not a huge amount. And then we'll take a look at those recaps. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap, with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. You'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st, with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. Quick look at the bears first. Only the one today, none yesterday, 3 the day before. AMT and CCI remain a bear to me. A big day down again today on AMT off the 200 day, and CCI, both were really nice down stocks today. SBAC I saw this morning, and then it did a crazy candle. I didn't see till after the fact. This was a huge wick, a couple $3 down. I don't have any idea what that was all about. Probably something to do with whatever this was all about a few days ago. When I first looked at it this morning, favoring the downside was way before it did this $3 dip. It was real thin and real spready, and I moved on and didn't look back till way later, and wouldn't have traded it anyway. This was still got a few down here in the bear zone, really just kind of sitting here. O'Reilly's is still going down. Several days it's been on the list. This is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th day on the list. Yandex is still having trouble down here. Big ugly candle today on a gap up sell off. And then this was the list from many days before, and most of these are having green days. None of them are still in the bear zone. I don't think a single one top to bottom has still got the red check mark, got any momentum. They're all green pretty much, so there's not a whole lot there to play off of. Still a couple here and a couple here. Here's your bull list. We already looked at today and this week's over here on the left. Yesterday, these are your bull breakouts. Not very big change on this one today, another 72 cents here. So a lot of these really didn't do a whole lot today on this little gap up. Some of them actually pulled back in this energy zone, energy era sector. So we can get all these, we cannot. So we got a few of these that are 4 days in, still grinding up. This is your profit since the breakout amount. Of course, this was a gap up, but once up $11 since our alert. $5 on PSX since our alert, even though it's flat today. These are still in the bull zone, still got momentum. Going back a day, Ulta, kind of flat today. Well, it was up $4, but still not in the bull zone. It has pulled back yesterday, got back out of the bull zone from 2 days ago, but did have a good recovery day today against that big red bar from yesterday. These are all still well in the bull zone, got momentum, holding the new bull zone levels. At the end of the video, you can find out what the yellow and green bars are about. The last 9 minutes is a tutorial. A lot of good looking moves here, and then you got these carrying forward we already looked at. pull this on down. We can catch the rest of this list from 2 days ago. It's the third day in here now. You got some red ones down here. I need to sort these alphabetically. I think I sorted them non-alphabetic the other day to help you see the ones that were the strongest. Get them back on the alphabetic here. And that's the entire list. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 Charting, and you can learn more about our STS Pivot System Charting Package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at. And then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow when this shifts over here, this number will be the same. Where we triggered it at, that number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit. Pulled back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC. This was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or a bear chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. It looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is the line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.